Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading for July 18th to the 25th. Let's get started here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising to see what messages we will receive for the week ahead, keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So check out your other placements to receive all your messages. Okay, Scorpio, what is the energy around Scorpio's week ahead? A Grand Symphony. Oh, I just love this card. This is a very interesting card. Have a look there. So this Grand Symphony card always brings up for me this idea that there is more to something than it appears, that something is actually really part of something bigger right now, and that you yourself could be part of something far greater than you may even understand at this current moment. You could be facing a paradox this week, okay? So it's almost like you need to focus on being unique and to understand what part of this grand symphony that you play, the part that only you can play, because you're unique. And it's an interesting paradox because as much as we want to focus on ourselves, you're also being guided to put others ahead of yourself, to focus on the whole, not just your part, even though that's the paradox, right? That you're supposed to understand what role you play, but then also to see how that fits into some bigger picture. There is a bigger picture here, okay? This is a very exciting card because this is one of those moments where you might start off the week feeling like you're sort of alone, or you're not being valued. You might be feeling like there is some sort of division, right? And it's interesting because it's almost like once you understand your uniqueness, you'll see exactly how you fit into the bigger picture. This almost reminds me of, like, have you ever been putting together a jigsaw puzzle and there's like a hole in the jigsaw puzzle that you're just like, oh man, I want to finish the sky and there's one piece left and I can't find it. And it starts to become sort of annoying because there's this whole blue sky and the jigsaw puzzle's all complete, and then there's this hole there. And until you find that piece, it's almost like the puzzle feels undone. And that's sort of the same idea, is that you're focused not just on that hole that you will fill with your uniqueness, but this idea that the whole puzzle needs to be finished. And sometimes we just need that one piece. But it's this paradox of thinking about the self and then thinking about the whole bigger picture that you fit into, so that you understand this idea that we're all connected. So of course you have a place in the puzzle. Do you know what I mean? This is very intriguing, Scorpio. Makes me wonder what happened this week, what kind of struggles or issues you're facing that are bringing you to this idea to help you see how you fit in, even though you don't feel like you fit in right now. That's the paradox of this card. It's a very fascinating energy to sort of start your reading. Understanding ourselves to understand the grand symphony, you know, and you might be one of the instruments that is almost hard to hear, but without it the whole thing can't happen. You know, that's you. It's interesting. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards will reveal for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is this Grand Symphony all about? See, you've got options. There's the Seven of Cups, but it's in reverse. There's the Queen of Swords coming out upright. And we've got there it is. There's what you need to recover from. And there's the Ten of Cups moment where you realize that everything happened exactly how it had to happen. Wow. And we've got the Moon on the bottom of the deck, of course. There's fear here. There's anxiety here. There's an unknown energy around you, but it's pushing you to the place where you're going to recover and realize that you fit in all along. You just had to understand your part in the bigger picture. Seeing the Seven of Cups in reverse to sort of start us off here is a very interesting card, because it does suggest that you have options, but that you're being like, you're sort of overwhelmed by everything else happening around you and you don't see the options. You could be almost having a creative block. You could be feeling like, I might make the wrong choice. You might not be trusting your ability to choose what's right for yourself right now, which is interesting because we see the Queen of Swords, who's sort of this energy of seeking the truth and wanting to know and understand things that are in an honest way, really wanting to understand things. But that Seven of Cups in reverse makes me think that you're sort of blocked by indecision, even though your heart wants options that are honestly for you. It's like you're blocked. You're blocked, and seeing that Four of Swords in reverse kind of shows me that you're not recognizing how blocked you are. You're not recognizing what's blocking you. And you're not recognizing that this level of indecision it's standing between you and the Ten of Cups. It's standing between that piece of the puzzle getting sorted. It's standing between you understanding the role you play in the bigger picture, in the grand symphony. And there's so much beneath the surface here. Look, what's behind all of this is the Ace of Pentacles. I love the Ace of Pentacles because that hand is coming from the universe to offer you a new opportunity, to usher you through a gateway where you can begin a path that's moving you towards that Ten of Cups. But it's almost like you have to sort of recover and take care of yourself, nurturing yourself. Be gentle with yourself as you're examining the options, and don't worry about what's going on around you. Again, here's that paradox, right? Like, ultimately, you're going to understand that you're part of a bigger picture. But for now, as you're recovering and seeking your own truth, don't be distracted by comparisons. Don't be distracted by people that are around you that you view as competition, or that view you as competition, because that could ultimately end up distracting you and causing you to feel even more blocked and low, right? You might start to feel like, well, why should I do that if someone out there is already doing it so well? Well, because it's part of a bigger picture. It's almost, again, like this idea of, well, there's a million saxophone players, so why should I pick up the saxophone and play in the band when there's already like 10 of them sitting right there? Well, maybe you're going to be the lead saxophone player, or maybe you need 12 saxophones to make this piece work. It's interesting. Everyone brings something unique in their expression of the divine. We are all part of the same consciousness, but just uniquely expressed. And so to compare yourself to another unique expression, it kind of makes no sense when you break it down that way, because they're all unique. Like, as I say that, I'm looking at my little men here that I used to hold up my cards. Each one of them is a unique sculpture of the terracotta warriors. Every single one of them is a terracotta warrior, but this one's kneeling. This one's sort of leaning to the side. He was just made that way, and this guy's standing kind of perfectly straight, and so is this guy. But they're all equal and they're all unique at the same time, just like we are. So there's no point in comparing this one to this one, because this one's doing his thing and this one's doing his thing, and they're both perfect just the way they are. And it's an interesting way to look at things. Ace of Rods as well, being handed to you. So there's that baton saying, what lights you up? What's your unique strength? What's your unique gift? Here, let me pass you the baton so you can express yourself as part of the bigger picture. Play your part, right? When you think about the idea, Shakespeare even said that all the world's a stage. Isn't that how it goes? And that we're all the players. Well, if that's the case, then play your part. Even if you think someone else is playing your part, no one could possibly play your part but you. You're here to play your part. Two of Swords, crossroads, trying to make this decision about where you fit in and to understand yourself on a deeper level. There's the world in reverse. See, it's in reverse though, which is interesting. It sort of matches the vibe of this reading to see the world in reverse, because right now you might be looking for shortcuts. You might have a lot of unmet dreams, unmet goals, unfinished tasks that need to be completed, that need to be understood. And we see the King of Swords here now on the bottom of the deck, guiding us towards a shift in our perspective, guiding us to be decisive with our mental energy and where we place our intention and our attention. This is a time of really having some clear thinking, some clear communication, and this idea of sort of being brave and courageous to just be yourself. That's it. That's all you're being guided towards this week, Scorpio, is to recognize your uniqueness and how it fits into the bigger picture. It's a fascinating reading, actually. Really, really interesting food for thought for the week. Now, let's see what your final guidance is here, Scorpio, to close out your reading. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Progress, not perfection. Thank you. Thank you so much. It says here, do not compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. Absolutely, my friends. No reason to compare yourself to others. That's the quickest way to feel blocked, honestly. Bottom of the deck here, we see increased support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. I feel like you've just got to step out of your own way here, Scorpio, and to really see that you do play a big part in this overall bigger picture. You're a part of the grand symphony. You just got to play your part as you were meant to, without comparing yourself to the rest of the band. I love that. All right, my friends, we will see you again soon for another reading. If this has resonated with you, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. Sending you so much love and light. Have a great week. Take care.